they eat the fish and chips? And isn't that all British cuisine, lamb and stuff?
They are big meat eaters, and I think that their diet suits them, and then maybe it doesn't suit humans, you know?
So you don't think they're the same as humans? Is that what you're trying to say?
Pretty much.
Well, you know, Shasta don't mince words, so...
I do think that I'm one of them, however. I mean, I think you can look at our skin and know that we're the same people.
Okay, so I'm going to rub some on the outside, and I'm also going to stick some on the inside here. That's always good. That'll melt nice inside the carcass and the skin. Okay, and I'm just going to do that, and then as soon as I'm done with this operation, these guys are going in the oven with the cover on for the first 30 to 40 minutes of cooking at 400 degrees. And whenever we're done with that 400 degree cooking time, we're going to open up the oven, add a little bit of water to these guys, maybe like a cup into each container, and then put them back in at 375 for another like 40, 50 minutes. Depends on you know, how long it takes to cook all this stuff. And it depends on the weight and, you know, a bunch of other things. So, that is the plan, and we'll check back with y'all in a little bit. But we're just about to run out of tape. So, you might see a cut coming up.
You can make a really good hat out of that flesh. I mean, out of the skin.
Well, but it would only be good for one night, because then it would start to smell.
Do you think it would, like, Hoochie Mama girls?
Oh! Alright. Whew, that thing is hot. Okay, here goes the legs. And the breast. And the thighs. All right, we'll see y'all in a little while.
You should go on one of them reality TV cooking shows. Just saying.
Are we on? Okay, so we've let this roast here at 400 degrees. I'm going to turn the heat down to about 350. And I'm going to take the covers off and add some water so that I can start to baste.
Why do you have to add water?
Well, you don't, I mean, technically, I guess you don't have to. It just kind of helps make a nice broth.
Oh, it smells really good.
Yeah.
I was really doubtful about this because it looks so raw.
Yeah, well,
when you put it in there.
It was raw poultry.
Yeah, it scares me, raw poultry.
Well, you don't need to be afraid.
I'm afraid of raw poultry.
Okay,
I think that's why I want to wear the skin, because it just seems so dangerous.
Oh, I don't know, about 3/4 of a cup of water.
You don't want it to boil over, it'll be really messy.
Right. You just want it to like kind of help loosen things up and meld the flavors together and give you some stuff to baste with.
It smells, for the visitors in smell-o-vision, it smells really good. You can smell what it smells like. It smells like It smells like turkey with vegetables. Celery.
Oh, yeah.
Celery and carrots and onions. I know that's in there. It looks like there's some other things. Mm-hmm. Red peppers.
And some of these make their own juice real good, too. That's why you don't have to add a lot of water. Just eyeball it. You could also add broth, but I think it's kind of overkill because you got all them vegetables there. It's going to make its own broth.
It's kind of like mixing chickens.
Yeah.
I mean, turkeys.
Yeah, yeah. So we're going to stick this back in the oven, and we're going to cook it until it's done. And that may be another 40 minutes to an hour plus. It just kind of depends on your oven and how often you open it up to baste it, how much heat you lose, etc., etc. The main thing is to get the breast portion to at least 165 degrees if you use the thermometer. And the thigh and the leg portions need to get up to like 170, I think.
How do you know how
or
hot it
180
is?
degrees. Well, you get a thermometer and you stick it in the thickest part of the meat, and it'll tell you. So you're looking at 175, 180 for the dark meat. That's the legs and the thighs. About 165, 170 for the breast. And whenever you take it out, you're going to let it sit for at least 15 minutes, preferably 20 minutes, and just kind of let things simmer down. That way that all the juices don't run out whenever you cut it.
Sounds good.
Obama's giving a speech tonight, and I read in the press release that there's some very special guests, and one of them would be Sully, our favorite hero of the day.
Spook.
Yeah, and he's going to be there at the speech as the guest of Nancy Pelosi. And I just wanted to say to all y'all in the airline industry, those of you who are worried about your pensions and your retirement because of the airline shrinking profits and all that, the best way to guarantee your retirement is to, like, do some hero fucking shit.
Right.
Land a plane with a lot of people on it, rescue a baby, put out a fire, do something.
Just make a calendar nude with your hat on, you know.
That will guarantee your retirement.
You need to you got to try harder because people really don't know who you are. Mm-hmm. You might think about hiring some kind of PR group to do a expose or something on pilots. You know, it used to be a sexy job.
Yeah, what happened?
Yeah, what happened? And here's some rocks. This was really big back in the olden days, apparently, as rocks.
What kind of rocks are them?
Like motherfucking Stonehenge and that shit. Yeah. This book has got, like, everything that's fucked up, you know. Like, freaky shit from, like, In Search Of.
Interesting.
Yeah. It's like...
Oh, that's a nice picture.
Yeah.
So there's like 20 pictures of
rocks, yeah.
Yeah.
The big rocks. And it
Or you're real into the rocks. You know, we was at the Museum of Natural History in New York. We had to drag her out of the rock section. She was there all day long, practically.
There's a certain, well, you know, a crystal is just a vibration. It's a, well, it's a energy trap all in itself.
Right. Here's for example.
Fascinating.
A crystal.
The different ones and their power over you. Because, you know, you're just an energy field, really. It's just fascinating, you know. You're just attracted to it. I think that's why people like salty food.
Because it's a crystal?
And sugary food.
Yes, because it's also a crystal. Is it like refuting the official story about like the Holocaust and Hitler and all that?
Well, yeah, I think he's probably dead by now. Do you think I think he's probably dead by now.
You think, even if he escaped?
I don't know. You know, they say, you know, amongst rich people's circles, that's the one way that the man gets rich people is they lie to them. They put out
you know, like that Kennedy woman lived to be like 104 or something, and the Queen Mother lived to be about that old.
I think that they could probably live much longer if they didn't poison them, you know. But I think that they put out this story that people have to, like, apply for this special grant to get this pill that will make them live forever.
Oh, okay.
And the man's inside friends. That's why people work as hard as they do, because they're trying to get this special
pill
that will make you live forever. But it's all just, it's not real. It's